Parfait, ça. So, Julie, can you hear me? How is the sound? Am I live? What's it? So excited for this. I'm very excited for this too. Still live, yay! Okay, perfect. So I guess I will be starting the pattern. It's just Julie here, right? Alright, so I'm just gonna fix certain things to make the points rounder so it doesn't create the points here and it's more like rounded. Okay, so I'll do that right away. Wait for people. Well, I don't even know if people are going to show up. I'm just gonna round up my pattern piece, some of them. Like, to make it smooth, you know? Smooth like a criminal. Curve. What's the point? That's 7.40. There you go. This notch will be the same. Oh, hello, La Gaming Zone. So I don't know if you're very... Oh, it's you. Oh, hello. I have Ellie with me, and that's the account. Let me just work a little bit on this. So, if you don't understand what I'm doing right now, and you're watching the live stream, I'm actually curving my points because I split up my base pattern. So what a base pattern is, it's a really well built base that you then use to create any other pattern that you want. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, but if you look at my left screen, you're going to see the 3D model, and then my right screen is basically what we do as a flat pattern. So this is how I used to pattern. I used to pattern with paper with a flat plan and then modify my flat plan from there. So I know exactly where my points are, but basically this is my bust, this is the waist, and these are the hips. They have specific measurements that match up with yeah, it's recording, Julie. So we have specific points that match up with our measurements. So this is our medium model, so she's like 5'6", and then 71 centimeter waist. I think it's like 96 centimeters for the bust. So yeah, I'm just basically building this pattern on our model using all my knowledge, my pattern making skills. So it seems a little boring what I have to do right now, but it's really to fix that base because I split it at the princess seams. I think I'll keep the princess seam in the back because I'll have it more closed off in the back, but I will change my darts and princess seam maybe like this and less so like this. It's going to look weird with this cutout. So I'm going to take care of the front after taking care of the back. So now I'm just going to go round off my points that got created. I'm not taking off too much, but you know, making a nice curve. And as I'm doing that, I do want to keep these the same distance because I'll be adding notches. So yeah. Okay, so now I'll just fix these. And I don't want the points here. What I want is a point at exactly 15.83 cm. So split 15.83 cm. I want it in the red, in the yellow zone. So there you go. So now I know that this point will match up. And now I do want to round off the waist just a little bit, but I want the waist to be cinched in a little more because this usually has 2 centimeters ease to allow comfort, but she is very much super tight in hers, and our fabric has a bit of elasticity, so I'm gonna make it a little tighter. So I want to send this point over by 0.5 centimeters. Like this, and do the same for this side because these sides match up, so 0.5 centimeters. And then round them off just a tiny bit so it's not pointy. So let's go 3.5 and 3.5. So right now I'm just building a solid base to then start with the fun stuff of modifying so it looks like this design right here. So how much did we say? Oh, whoop. We said 3.5. I know. It's pretty insane. I love it. It's honestly changed the game for me. I've tenfold times my speed, and just the grading was the longest part of my job. So grading is basically the modification of sizes. So, you know, my bases are usually medium and then I grade them on each side, sometimes making minor adjustments for different size groups because, you know, as we expand, our bodies change as well. So, okay, here you go. So now I have the waist that I do not want these points right here. I want the point to be exactly at the waist. So again, I'm going to select all my points and maintain my curve. And then I want my point to be here. I'm going to go select the exact same. So 20.25. 20.25. So these two will match up exactly. So right now it's the boring technical aspect of pattern making. And here, I don't want it to be pointy again. I'm going to do the same thing, just ever so slightly. So maybe like 1.5. Ah, hello, comment ça va? How are you doing? So building the community pattern, Egghead Nami. Right now we're just building the back for it to fit super well, and then I'm going to start making the style lines after the whole back is pretty much done, because I want to change my darts in the front, so I'll be doing dart manipulation. No, this is not what I wanted. There you go, just rounding off my curves. Okay, how's the sound? Is it good? I know this is like the boring part of the pattern making, but you'll survive, I'll survive, we'll get to the fun part. And then do I want a points here? Yeah, okay, I'll add a, no, let me do it at 5, exactly. I like round numbers. Here you go at 5, and split at 5 as well. Perfect, so now my back piece is, let's go check it out and see if it fits well. I might come and tighten it a little bit later, but overall, it fits pretty well. Okay, so now let's move to the front and change where my darts are. So a dart is, you know, for everyone here, you know what a dart is, so I don't have to explain it, but for the people who will listen later. So this is mainly a princess seam because I opened up all my darts to create a seam instead, so I can manipulate this to move them wherever I want, basically. So I don't want it here anymore. I kind of want it to go maybe right here. I think would be cute. What do you think? I think like this, like a slight curve, would allow me to come and make this style line closer to the skin because I'll be able to manipulate it a little more near the armhole. I don't know who agrees with me, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So I want to create another line. Let's say I don't want it too curved because then it's hard to sew, and I want to make this pattern easy. for you guys. So I'll go about here, I think. Mid armhole. Okay. I've made a decision, so that's going to be my new style line. So I will cut this, and then I'm going to merge this part and this part. So now voila, I have my new style line. Let's do it on the other side. There's going to be a zipper right in the middle, but okay, let's do it the same on the other side. Why is there no editing? Doesn't matter, I can do it after. Alright, merge, perfect. So now it's gonna look like this, absolutely beautiful. How's the length? I think I want to see a little bit more of the panty. Just a tiny bit more. I'll raise it by like a centimeter. Yeah, I think a centimeter will be good. What do you think, Julie Verkempink and Dara? What do you guys think? 1 centimeter? Okay, and then I have to do the same with the front. So I'll just delete the print for now. Yes. I like that. Ooh. It's not too much. It's just enough. It's very sexy. Okay? We'll go with that. So, like I said earlier, I have a bit of a stretchy fabric, so I want it to be super close to the body. So I went ahead and took out 0.5 centimeters here, 0.5 centimeters here. So when you count, that's a total of 1 centimeter there, 1 centimeter there. So that's 2 cms, which is usually the ease that we have for shirts, unless there's 4 cm on this one. But I think I'm going to go ahead and, okay, delete these points as points and use this maybe 0.3 and then maybe 0.3 here. We'll see. I really want it to be super tight to 1.03 cm. Did I write that? 1.03 cm? Or is that what you're a bit silly. Okay. So 0.3, I said 0.3 and then 0.3. So that's a total of 0.6 on each side. So 0.6 on each side is 1.2. So total, I've taken away 3.2 centimeters so far. Okay. I might have to readjust at the hip too, because it's pretty tight at the hip. Okay, let me fix this to be not so pointy, and then we can adjust. Let's go 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters. Okay, and same here. So there's 3.97 split 50-50. It's too small. It's very, very small. Okay, there you go. That's what I was trying to get. Split 50-50. So I'm going to regain my dot that was in the middle before. Which seems silly, but I really do want to keep the same dots because this is exactly my waist. So that's where I want to do the modifications. So by splitting 50-50, I regain my original dot. And this one, I would do practically the same on a paper pattern. So here I see it doesn't fall very well. See, there's a huge bump here, and we know it's from this area. Like, we don't need it that large. So let us just arrange this. Ooh, sewing is not. Okay, let me sew this to this. And then, yeah, see, I'm gonna have to cut it because I want it to edit both at the same time, and then I'm gonna cut it. Right, cut, and then delete, and then fold, symmetric editing, sewing, exactly what I wanted, and this one I want the same thing, symmetric pattern with sewing. Parfait ça, Ginette! Ah, c'est beaucoup plus que je voulais. Voila. So here you can see it lays flat, it's beautiful. At the waist, it's really nice too. And now I really want to fix the hips in terms of, yikes, nip slip, in terms of the bulge here. But waist I like, I might have to take out some here as well. We'll get to that later. The scissors are out of hands. Yes. Okay, so I know I have some room. I can take out from the center front the princess seams here at the back. They're really nice. So I'm gonna move everything by 1 cm on each side. No, wait. Yeah, 1 cm on each side. Let's start with that. And then this one too. See, the line is going to be a little nicer, but I'm going to have to reshape this line. Because now the curve does not fit it anymore. I'm going to delete this point. There you go. I think that would be nicer. Or what about if we sew it together? Ah, much nicer. See that? How flat that is? Okay, I'm gonna just make it a little rounder, maybe by, yeah, 3 cm I think is good. And this one too. I wonder how interesting this is to people. Why?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, it's really, I'm going like a little bit by little bit. So I do not like using this as a switch for actual mock-ups. I do not find that the rendering on this is the best. I prefer testing with my own fabrics. I know you can change the fabrics in here. I don't care. I'm trying to make it so a lot of people can use many different fabrics. So my base that I'm building, I'm building it with different options in mind. So I don't even change the fabrics in the software. Of course, when we write the books, Julie's the one who makes the tutorials, and we do mention which fabrics work with this specific pattern. So for example, I took out the fabrics right here that we will be using. You don't have to use the same ones, but this is like a sweater fabric. So it's very soft on the inside, and then on the outside, it's like very much like a sweater, so a cotton sweater, and it has a bit of stretch. So what I like about this is that it's pretty thick, so it's gonna have some hold, and it's gonna squeeze the belly, but I don't want to make it too tight on the hips so that it really follows kind of like the curve. Of course, we don't have Nami shape, like unless you're wearing a corset and you're just, I don't know, blessed by the gods, then yeah. Hey, c'est bien correct ça. Merci de m'écouter. And then we have the trim that's Sherpa, which, you know, it doesn't look like Sherpa, but we found that there was a kind of a little bump effect on how they drew it right here, right there on the side, and then there's a strip here, and then there's another strip at the bottom. So we're like, hey, we like textures here at NDLWRKshop, so let's do it. So I'm keeping this in mind, but at the same time, I'm still keeping you guys in mind. Alright, so let's finish the hip adjustment, because after that, we'll be making kind of the sleeve, adjusting it so it fits really tight and snug on the body. Right here you can see that there's some pulling, so I'm gonna probably have to fix that. It's probably my sewing. Yeah, we'll see. So I'll check if, you know, all the lengths of my lines are the same. So here I think it's nice. I can see that it's pretty well rounded. It should be nice. Here I want to smooth it out a little bit more on the sides. So, smoothing it out a little more. Where does it... Okay, so what I'm going to do is this curve might be a little too curvy. Hers, what does it do? It's kind of like it follows her body, and then I don't think it's tight around here. So I might make this a little wider. Yeah, let's do it like that. So let's say 0.5. Oh, that's too much. No, I'll do 0.5 and then I'll move this one by 0.1. Let's test. 0.5. Okay. And then this one, 0.1. No, I just want on the x-axis. I want 0 on the y-axis. Perfect. Maybe 0.2. No. Oh yeah, I think this could be good. 0.2. Yes. I love it. It is like playing The Sims. Okay, 0.2. But you're making actually an actual garment, which is fantabulous. Okay, let's sew it again. Yeah, so the curve here is a little too pronounced. Because this is too tight. Let's do 0.2 again. If it's too pronounced, Méginette, I'm gonna have to change the curve, and I don't want to play with that. It's almost like I'm gonna make a mock-up before, but it's almost like I have to do it a bit like this, so maybe add again a bit more here. It's so annoying because pattern making is like millimeter by millimeter to make it absolutely perfect. Because that's how it be. I'm a stickler for proportions. Ah, there you go. You see that? Change? Much better. Okay, so I think that's good for the hips. We'll see on the mock-up whatever I have to adjust. Side seems good. This is good. The height, I would say her underarm is like right there. The height is a little lower than what we have right now, so let's fix the height right now by maybe 1.5 cm. It's a science. Julie, what are you doing? It's a science. Are you playing your games? Yes, well, I like making good products. That's what I like. I don't like giving pupolini to people. It's not fun. So here I see that maybe I'd want the line to finish here instead of here. Here's like a little too low for my liking, so I kind of want it to go like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and change that. So I'm gonna do the same technique that I I'm gonna do the same technique that I did earlier, and you see by clicking on a point on my mannequin, it indicates where it is on my actual pattern, so I can just make a new cut line like so. Somebody's tripping in the background, and then cut, and then here again merge my line. So you'd be doing this on paper. You'd just be transferring basically the line where you want it. So it's 11.87 centimeters, very precise. It is very precise work. And then merge. Right there. And then this is 14.27, 14.28. Okay, let's delete this baseline because I don't want it there anymore. I don't want to see that. Okay, so my new line is right there, which is more beautiful. I actually like it a lot more. It's still creating this kind of weird thing. So what I'm going to do is this is flat, this is nice, this is flat. It sits pretty nicely. This does not. So I want to take this out and cut it out and then sew it onto here. So it's creating kind of like a bigger dart. But I want the length to be the same on both sides. So I know that the length of this with my eyeballs is very different than the length of this. So if we calculate, let's say from here to here, this is how much I want to take out, because that's what I would do on a real person. I'd take out this much. And then what's the length of this? 11.34, and this is 14.27. That's quite the difference. So how about, I'm not going to have all of this anyway. How about now I decide my style line, where it's going to be, so I can play with the numbers after. Okay, so I want it to start type of like here. On the design, it's about, I would say, 8 centimeters from the collar. And the collar, I'm going to have to widen it because, yeah. Let's say I want it at, maybe not 8 centimeters. I want it there. How much is that? Right here? Ah, no, wow, I was way off. So let's say 6 centimeters, just to make it a round number. No, it's this one that I want 6 centimeters. Perfect, so 6 centimeters, okay. And now I want to draw my style lines. So, how far above the nipple that I want it to go? It's pretty close to the armhole, actually. So it actually, I think it follows this very closely. And then it goes through here, maybe around there, and continues straight. So kind of like this, and then goes through it. So let's make a line. Okay, so I'm gonna go from this point, and I think that's gonna be good. All right, and then what's the distance between this and this? What's that point? The distance is 4.61, so I want 4.61 split. And then I'm going to continue my line from there, because see, like 9.67, well, 9.66, let me change it. Change length. 9.67. Okay, so now they match absolutely perfectly to the 0.01 millimeter. And that's what we like. Hi! How are you doing? I'm making the pattern for Egghead Nami, which is our June community pattern, and I'm at the point where I am making this style line, which is kind of like a raglan without the sleeve. So now I'm just roughly making it, I guess. We're not at any official design part, but you can see it's starting to take shape like this. See, and now I want to cut this out, and I want to cut this out, but I don't have a collar yet, so I can't actually cut it out, or else on my mannequin it won't hold. It's gonna slip off. She's gonna be naked. So yeah, very happy to have you here. Okay, so I fixed everything so it fits well. I'm going to go in the back and probably take some out here later. So right now I took care of the fit and now I'm doing the style lines. So it looks a little, it's getting to look a little complex right now on the pattern, but it's not. I played around with the darts. I moved around my princess seam so that my style line was on the side here instead of here. So you see my original line and then I kind of played around with it and moved it here. But because it has a little gap, what I'll do is I'll cut off a piece later on and I'll just sew this part to this part. So I'm gonna create a color. Maybe I'll just create this part right now. Okay, so how big do I want it to be in the back just to create my style line right now? Let me go to the back. I want it here. I'm gonna make it curved, I think. Like this. I can always come and change it later depending on where it lands. Oh yeah, that's gonna be very close to the armhole. Just do it like this and maybe start it lower there. So then I can go ahead and curve it a little more like this. That's gonna be a lot more comfortable. You can tell right away, it's not gonna annoy you, it's not too close to the arm. So yeah, and then I want to do the same. So let's see. Let me move this right here. Actually no, because it changed my shape. So I'll just add a point here and then calculate again like I did in the front, 1.4 cm. So split 1.4 cm. Was it 1.43? I think it was 1.43. There we go. Ah, yes, phew. Okay. Just trying to make it more interesting, you know, add some elements right now that you're going to find interesting instead of just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm doing the basics and it's not advancing very much. So how about from here to here? Okay, what does that look like? Yeah, I think I want it lower, right there. I think that would be nicer. It is looking good. But I want your guys' opinion. I want you to be like, oh, lower this line, it would look better. Like, oh, what do you think about, like, oh, the fit, I noticed the fit in the back, you know, it doesn't fit nicely, because this is what the community pattern is, you know, it's not just my own personal likes, it's, I want you guys to like it. It's for you guys that we're doing this. Oh no, shoot, I knew it. Okay, so now I just have to maintain the curve and then put on a new point. What's this? Measuring 3.53. I don't know why. Let me just move this line. What did we say? 3.53? No, I'm not zoomed in enough. Change length 3.53, but I want the length to be changed downwards, not upwards. So select end, here you go. Then I just go like this. Ah, much better. I don't know if you agree, but the curve is much better. I think I would even lower it a little bit by like 0.5 cm. Okay, let's do that. Turn a line, let's do this by 0.5. Perfect. And the same here. Ah, like this. You can always modify it once everything will be cut. So, let's do it. Let's cut everything. This, kind of scary. Okay, yeah, patterning is, I'm getting used to it, you know, after 10 years of pattern making, and this is my sole focus. I really enjoy pattern making. Like, this is something super special to my heart. Okay, so then what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm at the point where I can cut this out. So cut, delete. I'm not gonna make a simulation or else my whole garment is gonna fall. I could put pins though. That's something I could do. So maybe I'll put pins. So what my intention is right now, I think I'm gonna have to change the shape of this to make it less pointy here, so that the kind of like the hood automatically wants to, you know, shape well here. So I think I'm gonna have to chop off a little bit there. But in the back, it's pretty flat, and you don't want to lower the back too much because then the hood tends to want to like ride backwards and it's not as comfortable. I'm saying this from experience because I made these mistakes before. I was like, I want my hood to be very large and very low in the back. Famous last words. Okay, so now we want to chop this off as well. Cut. So Clo 3D has a lot of amazing functions. Like, oh, thank you. I think it's like a skill that you build up towards. You start with skirt patterns and then modifying pants patterns and then bodices, and it's all that every little skill that you learn and the reason behind things, like why is there ease and what is ease, and yeah, it's great. But it does take a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of being nice to yourself, and a lot of mock-ups. I remember Zelda when I first, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was our first pattern, and I remember the skirt making 5 mock-ups and never being satisfied. Every single one of them, I was like, oh, there's something about it that I hate. And like between some of them, they got worse, not better. And to this day, I still do not like it. I like the look of it, but it's not my favorite, and I have to remake it eventually. It's clearly not my best work, even though if it works and it, you know, it looks good and a lot of people like it, but to me, it's just, with my standards now, it's, yeah, I wouldn't do the same. See, this is what I mean. When you would wear this, it would create this bump. You don't want it, so that's why I kind of went and created this line so we can sew it here. But instead of taking it all from here, I think I'm going to take a little bit away from there and then some from here. Yeah, my mock-ups are almost pretty much good, but I would have to say it's greatly part of, because of this software. But yes, I always make mock-ups. Even if this software is great, it's not perfect. And I still don't understand people who don't make mock-ups. It's, to me, like, you can't even see if it works or not. You can't go through the sewing steps. So yeah, not my favorite. Not my favorite, I must admit. Okay, so here I'm gonna cut this start off. Right there. Okay. Hopefully this takes care a little bit of, I'm gonna round this off. Like, we don't want no pointy nipples, you know. That's not what we're going for. He's just next to me like, oh my god, this girl, just cray cray. Okay, so 9.81, I want it to match up exactly. 9.67, 9.81, which one do I prefer, the distance? 9.67, I think 9.81. So I'm just gonna modify this, change length, 9.81, so it matches perfectly, so nobody can come up to me and say, hey, your pattern pieces don't match. No, they match perfectly. Just saying. Okay, so that's 9.81. and 9.81. But now, the worst part is that I have to round this off, because nobody, like I said earlier, wants pointy boobies, but then it's going to modify my whole measurement. So then I'm going to have to change this again. So then this matches this. Yeah, that's the difference between someone who has years of experience in pattern making and someone who's maybe starting out, and which is totally fine. I'm not against other people making patterns. That's not what I'm saying over here. Okay, perfect. So let's round the boobie. No, I'm taking out a lot. I don't like this, but at the same time, I do want it rounder. Let's do 4, 4. So you see how much it took off? That's for sure just changed my measurement like crazy. So let's actually calculate it. So that's 5.81 plus 7.23, that's 13.404, and then my total measurement is 26.48, and this is 27.26. So there's like 0.48, there's a good 0.8 centimeters difference. So now I have to go and find my 0.8 centimeters. I still have to round this off a little bit. Let's say 2. And by the way, this is something that people have to modify. Our, breasts really vary between person to person. So I think the pattern modification that I'm going to put, because we're trying to put pattern modifications in each tutorial now, but like a max of 1 or 2, just as to not overwhelm, like we did with the bloomers. That was a lot of pattern modification suggestions. We had 6 total, but they were worth it. It's like lengthen here, how to widen, how to shorten or reduce, if you have an apron belly, how to modify it. So there was a lot to learn. Okay, so now I'm at 27.19, and I think I'm gonna have to note this down. 26.48, 27.19. Let me grab my calculator because it's late at night. I'm gonna have a hard time. So we said 26.19. Was it? No, 27.19. Someone write this down for me, please. 27.19. Hey. Okay, 27.19. Ouais, Jeanette. Jeanette quoi? Ouais, Jeanette quoi? Ouais, Jeanette. 26.48 minus 26.48. Ça donne une différence de 0.7. Okay, so we have to get 0.71 difference. Okay, so 0.71. Either I take some out here. How about we do half-half? 0.71. 0.71, that would be 0.355. Mental math. Jingle. Un conseil de Ginette. Oh. Okay, and we said chink length by 0.355. Ah, thank you, Gabby. So 0.355. No, it was. Yes, 0.3. Why is it 0.355 cm? Okay, no. I want to modify this by 0.355. Okay, perfect. And now I want to add 0.355 to this one. 0.355. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and connect them and see what happens if I manage to take out a bit of the excess, or if I have to take some more out. Okay, let's go and see. So I want to modify this. So all the way up to here. And I want to modify this, and so all the way up to here. Let's see. Perfect. Is the other one the same? Sweet. I have to hold her in. Let's get the pins. And here. And here. Okay. She's getting undressed. Oh, ben là, Ginette, on peut pas vraiment l'avoir, là. I think that would actually be pretty good. I'm gonna have to modify the curve a little bit because it's quite ugly. But yes, I think that is good. Now what I think I'm gonna do is make a tight collar underneath so it holds well. Jeanette. Okay, let's maintain curve. So I've been doing this for 45 minutes. It's crazy, eh? How long it actually takes. To the people who say I'm really quick at pattern making, it's not the case. It's just I do it for a long time. Okay, 6.46. There we go. Curve. And in between, I want maybe about 8 cm. So let's whip out the calculator. Okay, let's do this. So in the back, it's 5.83 plus 8 plus what was the measurement for the front? 6.46 plus 6. It's a lot of mathematics. So if you don't like maths, you will not like pattern making. 20.29. No. So let's switch this to a rectangle. Width 20.29. Height, let's just give it a 4 centimeters for now. Okay. So now we want to sew it from one point to one point, leave it loose, and then from one point to one point. Let me just create. Okay, so that's the collar, and then this was 6.46, so I'm going to split this. 6.46. Okay, and then this was 5.83. 0.83, and then it's exactly 8 centimeters like I calculated. So what I'm going to sew, first off, let's select this and place her on the mannequin. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Nah, this is good. That's fine. It's just to hold her. Okay, so then we grab this sewing. Sew this point like here. Is that it? Yes. And then the back to the back. And then this to here. Is that copy? Perfect. Great, but I want it tighter so it kind of like pulls on it. It's not tight enough. That's what she said. Okay, so I want to reduce this. It's 13.83. I want to make this total length. Maybe reduce it by 3 centimeters. So 10.83. So change length. 10.83. That's great. Okay. And then reduce this by 3. It's not the same. 5.83. Okie dokie, let's relaunch it. Yeah, no, there's still this thing that's bothering me, but I think it's because it's not getting pulled up high enough. Like it was when... Okay, maybe let's do this. This is why I don't trust these programs. First off, I didn't do the class 100% because like, fuck this, I don't have the time. Maybe I should have, but I still prefer doing both methods. Working on here, I know what my pattern's supposed to look like, and then on NDLWRKshop's Instagram. Yeah, it's great. The skirt though, there are problems with it. Okay, yes, that's kind of what I wanted. I'm sure it's only creating this, to be honest, because it's not being held up properly. This is annoying. Okay. I'll take off 0.5. I don't want much ease anyway, but we will have to tell people, like, listen, shit tight. You need to get a fabric that has a little bit of stretch. Okay, see, like, if it's held a little higher, it's nice. I just need to modify it kind of like at around here. I want it tighter. So you see, like, it's okay here. I might want to take out a little bit more. And then the boob area, I'm going to change the dart to be differently shaped. So what I want to do to change that, I want this part to match with this part to match with this, and then I'm going to do some modifications. So 7.46. 7.46. Thank you. 6.15, change length, 6.15. Frankie really makes the whole costume, I have to admit. She's absolutely beautiful. So 5.21 and 7.23. 7.23. Start, and I want it at the end. There you go. Okay. So you see how there's, it kind of tugs. The boob isn't made like this, right? There's like a part underneath our boob that dips. So there's like the roundness of it, and then it dips, right? Your boob stops. By doing this, it kind of creates like this flat surface, which Nami doesn't have. So I'm going to shape the boob a little bit, but then that means that people are going to have to modify the boob area depending on the size of their underbreasts and their breasts. Yes, I think that's the correct term. I want to go, how many cms? I don't remember what was taught to us in terms of cms. So if I, okay, what's the distance between here and here? It was about 4. Okay, let's go 4. Let's go 4 centimeters from the nipple to here. I need a ruler. I would say that's 5 centimeters, not 4. Okay, so let's do 5. Just to be safe. I can change it after. Just, you know. Okay, so this is 7.23, just making sure. This is 6.15, 6.15, and then this is going to be 5. Alright, and then I'm going to move it ever so slightly. That's 2.75. That looks good. That looks good. I might have to modify this after. That looks fantastic. And I'll have to change this curve a little bit. Okay, 0.75. Yeah, now see, we carrément là, on va changer ça. We're gonna change this Ginette, okay? Let's delete that point. And let's make a new curve. Okay, this is nice. We'll see how it sews. The long seam on the blanket hoodie. Yeah, how long did that take you? Out of curiosity. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, That's actually really nice. Shapes the boob. Let's take out a little bit more from here. Yeah, I'm gonna go fix my points after. I know that I want... For us, I think it would take us like, what, 20 minutes to do that one long seam, and that's without turning it around and having to do the top stitch after that. That's for one. It's pretty long, I would say. It's one very, 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 very long seam. Oh, that whole like going around the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Yes, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But you know what? Like, I'm sure your fabric choices plus all the energy you'll be giving it, you're gonna be so happy. You'll be very happy. Ah, better, but still not quite. So while we were sewing, Julie was prepping them. Right, because you have to prep them, and then she was handing me the prepped version, and then I was just like, I felt like a factory, which we were technically. Okay, how is this? Ah, it's getting much better, eh? With every slight modification. I can't wait to see. I really want to see the final result. I can't wait for you to share. I'm so excited every time someone shares something. Yes, please. Please continue. Okay. I think this is nice. This is very nice. I like that. I'm just gonna reshape here. I think I'm gonna have to go like a little lower. Actually, I really don't even need this point anymore. It's nice. What did you choose as your lining piece? Is it like lining it with fluffy fabric? I don't remember seeing that. We have like 10 more to do. We're just waiting for the fabric to arrive. We're very happy. Honestly, it makes us so happy. There's a person who received their, Brandon, who received their blanket hoodie, and he made a whole showcasing of it. And it was actually a really good video, super well edited. It just made my day. And I came across it randomly on TikTok. I was like, hey, I made that. Dude. What do you think about this shape here? I think I got it down pat. Follows the boob pretty nicely. I think that's gonna be good. It's gonna make a nice mock-up. The mock-up is gonna be great. Now I just have to adjust this because I know it's not gonna look good. And I have to adjust the back too. And then I guess I'll transform this. My fear, like on the mannequin here, is that because it's such a large hood, it won't hold this part well. So I think I actually want to keep that collar underneath so it holds everything in place, and then that large hood is built on top of that. So yes, it was. Yeah. So what do you think? Should I keep like kind of a small collar to keep everything nice and tight and snug, and then build the hood on top of that? It would kind of be sewn like in the same seam, or there's an opening in the front. Anyway, I would have to maybe make snaps for the collar area because I want the zipper on the hood. I'll have to figure that out. That's, yeah. Yeah, It's just because I want people to be comfortable. Let's say you're making this to go to a convention. Like, this is a drawing. This won't be comfortable. You're always gonna, you know, like, trying to replace it, you know, or it's gonna pull back because it's very heavy, like, back heavy. So I'm just trying to figure out how to make it comfortable, but I'm not at that point yet. Let's figure it out after. This is not relevant anymore. So we're gonna put a zipper in the front just to make it more comfortable. But like right here, there's a seam. Well, that's gonna be a zipper. Okay, so the collar, you see how this is held together by having a collar. You have a loose hood here. This is gonna fall. It's not gonna shape on your body. So this hood is large. Like, it falls almost all the way to the shoulder. You have this much of a gap. What's gonna happen in front is gonna pull in front, but the weight of the hood is all in the back. So it's actually gonna pull all in the back, which is great for the front, but in the back it's gonna have some ripples because all the pulling is happening in the back. So it's not a design that works in real life. We have to make it work. Okay, so what did I want to do here? Which one was my... Oh, I think it was this one. Okay. I'm just gonna delete this. Delete point. Delete point. Okay, so now the shape is nicer. There's no weird shape. If I want to, I can make it a little tighter. Yeah, exactly. Nami's like, ooh! So, okay, let's go fix this. This is what I want to fix right now. It's pretty ugly. And yeah, I'll have to make this better. It's like very wonky right now. Alright, so here, I don't think there's any fixing to do. It's mainly here. Let's go like... Let's go like this. Wait, I'll do an exact measurement. Oh, I can't? Not with this tool. It sucks. Okay, let's do it like this, and then let's do the same thing here. Let's just take some off. Okay, so now I created... Hey! A little better. I don't like this at all. Okay, well, it's not too bad in front. Let me see if taking away a little bit from here might pull here. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. C'est du niaisage, ça, ma Jeannette. C'est du niaisage. Wow! C'est vraiment du niaisage, ça, Jeannette. Yeah, that's a big curve. Can I come fix this after? I might have to give, like, maybe it's tugging too much here. Okay, let's add a little bit, like 0.3. Hello, Ven. Where do we know you from? So right now I'm working on the pattern for Egghead Nami, which is the June community pattern. And it's progressing slowly. Eventually we're gonna get there. I can maybe show you where we're at. I'm just trying to fine-tune everything because I really want it to look nice. So I've done this part. I'm adding a collar here so that it doesn't pull, you know, the big hood. So we're at this point in the design trying to, nah, I don't like this at all. It kind of ruined everything. Let's go back to what it was. Okay. You know what? I'm going to try in person. All these little minor modifications that I'm doing right now might not even work for reals. So let's stop being annoying with this and move on to the back here to fix it. So I'm just going to take, kind of have to, we'll try this first. And then we'll see. Maybe 0.5. Because I could have a seam in the back to, if this doesn't work. Okay, 0.5 and then 0.5. That's a whole 2 centimeters I'm going to be taking off. Let me do 0.3. 0.3 here. And 0.3 here. 0.3. Okay, let's see if that makes it better. Much better. This could do better though. Like, we don't want any of this. Her garment is tight. Okay. I'm just gonna recurve it right there. And then a little right there. Oh, it's getting better with every try. Look at this. Still don't like this. Still not my fave, but from where we started from, it's much better. And then I'm gonna add like kind of a, maybe a trim, just a trim. Having it sewn flipped. I can figure that out later. All I need to do is the base pattern. I cannot wait to get to the collar. See, it's really nice on this side. Very nice. So I'm gonna go with like making my mock-up from this side. Still a little bit iffy here, but again, I'll work it out on my mock-up. Okay, I think overall that's good. You don't want the person not to be able to breathe, but it needs to be toyed. Okay, so let's get on to the hood. Hoods I like. It's my favorite part. I'm just gonna delete these lines. They're not very pretty. Ah. Aw, thank you so much. That means a lot, honestly. We really try hard, as you can see. We try to put everything that we can possibly think of at the moment of making the tutorial. That, let's say I'm sewing something and I will have a hard time with it. We'll have like a bubble that says, hey, you might have a hard time with this, or you know, tips, or like, it would maybe be better if you do this step before this step, just to make your life easier. So yeah, we try really hard to make it easier for you guys, because we've been there, we've done that, and if ever you can learn from my mistakes, because I make mistakes a lot. I love making mistakes. I have a lot of fun making mistakes. But yeah, if you guys can learn from my mistakes, that's great. I love that for you guys. Really do. Okay, so I think overall the shapes are fine. I'll modify them. I know I'm a little anal about this, but this is really bugging me, this front. Like, you know, this, it pulls a little bit here. That's annoying to me. But it doesn't on the other side. Who am I to trust over here? I think I'll finish this this stream maybe in 10 minutes. I think I can pattern the hood in 10 minutes. What do you guys think? I think so. It's not very hard. So this is my pattern so far. There's the center front piece that will be split in half to allow a zipper, center back, and then the two center back panels, and then this is the center, the side, two side back panels, the side front panels, and then the collar, which won't be as tight in reality. It's just because I need it on my mannequin to be super tight for it to hold properly, but in real life it won't be like choking you. So I'm very satisfied with this for now. Thanks. Alright, so let's get my rectangle tool, and I think the most important measurement is front, back. I'm kind of like, let me measure on my mannequin how much from here. Wait, no, that's not how I do it. I have to get another. Which one is it? Basic circumference? No. Basic tape measure. Is this it? So it falls kind of like on her shoulder right here. It's not past her shoulder. It's really a little right there. So that's what I'm going to do. So from here to here, it's 8.63 centimeters. And from here to here, 8.84. Here, I'll put it 8.63 plus 8.84. There you go. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the measurements to this part. I think I'm gonna have to make it straighter, or it's gonna look weird. Very weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go the straight route. Okay, so let me lower this a tad. I'm gonna have to change the measurements, of course, not too high. And then take out the curve. There you go. It's pretty straight. So it'll go from like here. My fear I really want it to hold nicely on the sides. It is going to hold nicely. Okay, I'm freaking out over nothing. Okay, this is nothing. This is not. C'est pas grave là, ma chaînette, c'est vraiment pas grave. Je vais juste le lower comme 1 centimètre. Je sais que j'ai déjà fait ça dans le passé. And it doesn't work. But I will try again. Whoa, 1 centimeter is way too much. Let's say 0.75. Right here. I think that's fine. Or maybe exactly here. I'm so scared. You don't even know like how exciting this is for me. Like, I really dig pattern making, you know? It's my jam. Stop judging me. So mean. Should I make it curved like this? I think so. See how it follows? Kind of like the... I think I'm gonna make it like that. Have it curved. Stop dimming my light. I'm talking to Julie. Julie's dimming my light. Relax. I'm just kidding, Julie. You're not dimming my lights. You're not. You are my light. Ok. 50-50. Là, on s'en va venir faire ça avec les points. Convert maintain curve. Perfect. That's kind of exactly like I want it to be. Now I have to change my collar. And then I think the hood will fall nicely like this. I just care about your mental health. What mental health? Does that even exist? Okay, now take away the pins. Here, I don't need the pins anymore. Okay, and the pins here, I don't need them anymore either. Ooh. Very nice. So you can see how it cut. I can take out some more, a little bit from here. You can see, you can see. Yes. I believe in you guys. You are the reason I do this. Stop, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually gonna cry. I've cried way too many times, for reals. I'm not gonna cry. I'm a big baby Lala. 6 point. Did someone see that? Or I have to go back again. It's 6.47. Okay. 6.47. Just modifying my collar so it fits well. See, I haven't even gone. Is this good? Is this good? It's good. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take. That's not what I want. Okay, let me make it flat because this is not working, nationettes. Ah, perfect. Much better. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, perfect. Legionets. Is that what I wanted to do? Convert to baseline. No, I don't think that's what I wanted to do. A linked pattern outline. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not touching it anymore, so that's fine. That's good. That's good. That's fine. Okay. Let's do it before 6.45. 6.45 plus, what was it? I mean, it's 8.84 because we're doing the back, so plus 8.84 plus, it was 8.63 plus, what's the front? 6.56. Enter. 30.48 total. Let's start with a rectangle to see if it fits, okay? 30.48. No, does that make sense? Yes. Yes, it literally does. So let's do width 30.48 and height. For now, I just want to imitate this height, which I'll do. It's about 8 cm. I'll do 8.5. 8.5 cm. Perfecto. And then I'm going to put my notches so I can actually sew it. So 6.45. We'll start with the back. It's gonna be on fold in the back actually, so okay, 6.45, and then I can just do 8.63 plus 8.84, that's 17.47. So that's the side where it's not going to be sewn onto here or in the back. So when I do my sewing, I'm going to have to go, this is the front to the front, and then this is the back, center back to the center back. So then I can actually come here, my 3D. Okay, right here. And that's annoying. This. Seriously, I'm going to. Okay. Maybe it's time for me to go to bed. Okay, so I actually want it like this, but then I want to pull it out like this. Comme ça. Maginette. And then the unfold, I want it to be in the back because I want the opening to be in the front. So, unfold, symmetric editing, like this. And so this will be sewn at the exact same spots. Perfect. And then I want to sew the front to the front like this. So let's test this out. Okay, it's not large enough. But now we know I have to cut off this point as well for it to fall nicely, but I think in the back it'll be fine. So we have to remember that this will be a hood. So the shape is not that at all. I'm gonna have to design it so it goes down like this. So a hood shape is actually pretty cool. I'm getting good at making hoods. And then it's gonna like pop out and have kind of a shape like that. I'm gonna make a 3-piece hood because that's what I prefer. I like shaping my hoods, but I just wanted to see in terms of the excess that I need. It gives me a good visual. So how long is this? I want to add about a good 10 centimeters. So let me just grab this and then move it by 10 centimeters. Hey. Then move it by 10 centimeters. So this is longer, but this is still attached to the back, and this is still attached to the front, or that's the front and this is the back. So let's test it again. Is this length good? I think I think this is good. So I think this will be my base measurements to create my hood, which unfortunately I can't do tonight. But I probably will another day this week to finish it off. This, of course, will be stiff, so let me just test it out. What does it look like stiff? Strengthen. Magic. And of course, like I said, I'm gonna have to modify this to make this straighter because it's not gonna go the way we want it to go. Maybe it's too large. Anyway, I'll play around with this part and making it nice, but I think the height is good. 0.5 cm taller, but we don't want it too tall because we as human have movement that we need to do. But what do you guys think? Does this like width, is this good, or should I take a little bit off? It's like over her shoulder like this. I'm trying to see how I'm actually gonna design the hood, because why is this not sewn? It's annoying. C'est fatigant, Jeannette. Pourquoi c'est pas cousu? Je l'ai sélectionné. Yeah, a bit, eh? Off. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So let's move it by like, I remember earlier, now I need to select them all. Let's move it by 3.5 cm. Aha! I think this is much better. Anyway, the hood, like, it won't do that. A hood is specifically designed to, like, wrap around, go down, and then and it's gonna be nice. That's not gonna be the shape. But overall, I think the width, the measurements, and everything, I have a really good base to go from. Looking good, guys. So, let's save this, or else I'm gonna have to do... So I'm gonna have to restart everything if I don't save, but good progress, and I cannot wait to make this mock-up. I'm gonna have to figure out which fabric I'll be making this mock-up in. Anyway, it was great having you here. Can't believe you stayed with me for an hour and a half. So I don't know if this was interesting to you, but yeah, I'm looking forward to making more of these, and sometimes it's gonna be characters that you prefer, so I guess that'll be even more interesting. But 3D pattern, I don't know if you've learned anything about what the pieces look like, how to do the modification, and I hope you all have a very good night. Thank you. I'm gonna type it out just for funsies. Thank you. Here you go. Bye.